Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. So, as promised, I will be doing a level 2 Screaming Antelope. The reason I'm doing Screaming Antelope and not White Lion is, so, real quick, let's go to the old versions. So, here's White Lion, here's Screaming Antelope. So, White Lion, all you get extra as far as level 2 rewards. You do get additional experience. I believe that they made that change. But they didn't really improve the rewards themselves. And originally that was the same thing for the Screaming Antelope as well. It used to be kind of like this. But the Screaming Antelope level 2 rewards have been upgraded. So instead of 4 and 6, 4 basic, 6 Screaming Antelope, which is very similar to the White Lions, it does 6 basic and 7 Screaming Antelope. Supposedly people just did not like hunting the Screaming Antelope. I don't know why, because the thing is practically like a pinata of loot drops, as long as you have stuff that can provide crit. So, I mean, I guess it could get a bit dangerous because of its, it can do a lot of mental damage, depending on what setup it has. It's also a bit dangerous simply because it can run off the board real easily. So, as you can see from the setup on the board, it's still the same as in 1.5. At level 1, it started here, just like the White Lion did. At level 2, it starts there, which is a little bit further than where the White Lion was at. Level 2 White Lion's actually right at the border of Overwhelming Darkness. Overwhelming Darkness is going to be the scary part. I'm not taking necessarily the best team. Yuka is going to probably do just fine, because she has really high courage. But right now, some characters are not insane and don't have courage, which is going to be a bit dangerous. But anyway, the party I'm sending is Doremi Sweet, which has her bow. Now she's a... speaking of, she's a specialist now. I don't think I actually went over the specialization for bow. So we'll take care of that right now. Bow specialization. When attacking with a bow, you may reroll any misses once. Limit once per attack. It's really helpful. When you get Mastery, you can ignore Cumbersome, and it gets Deadly too, which is pretty amazing as well. I don't think I've ever gotten Bowmaster, because bow characters seem to just have the worst luck. I'm also taking Komachi. She's going to have the Twilight Sword. Pretty much my goal is just to upgrade her a little bit more, just to make sure she stays safe from the Twilight Knight. Pretty much the goal is to get her as strong as possible without losing her before the Watcher. I've already upgraded everyone's strength. I believe that's all accurate. She's going out with the White Lion set, so that's why she's set at 4s. We did get the high roll for the shrine, which is why we got the additional 1 armor to all locations. We're taking Ringo, mainly because she's only one, I think she's like my only character that has club proficiency, because we kind of lost our club proficient character. And I'm hoping to build that up a little bit. Also, club has a chance of getting higher luck on certain hit locations for the Antelope. So, here's hoping. And Yuka, I'm taking Yuka mainly because her sword has Deadly on it, so higher crit chance. Like I said, I'm trying to take advantage of all the crit chances we have to get more loot drops. Besides that, I can afford taking Yuka on 1 level 2 hunt without getting ahead of Rinazuki. She'll end up being tied with Rinazuki, which is fine. Anyway, so with all that said and done, let's go ahead and get started. I think we're okay. So I didn't shuffle this stuff, but we don't need to worry about it. Alright, so we're going to be doing Screaming Antelope. So we'll just do a bunch of that, a bunch of this, a bunch of that, some of that, some of that, some of that, some of that, and that should be it. And the rest we'll worry about when we actually do the setup. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's go ahead and get set up in turn order. I went ahead and set the mineral gathering beyond the Overwhelming Darkness. That way, if we do get a high roll, we can try going through the caverns, which will probably do bad things to us, but it's something I haven't ever done before, so I would like to try it. So yeah, we got that going for us. So we need to consider the turn order here. All of these characters are decent, so I don't exactly want to cause too much trouble. Yuka does have Thundercaller, so if we do get beyond the Overwhelming Darkness, she could potentially replace a D100 roll with 100. I don't plan on doing that. Thundercaller has some pretty good things to it, but one of them is the steel sword and a steel shield, and we already have a steel sword, and you can't get another one, so it'll be kind of useless. There's a chance of getting Thundercaller, which is an amazing weapon, but Yuka is kind of on her way to getting a Mastery, and I kind of want her to get Swordmaster, because it's pretty amazing. I mean, I know about Swordmaster because of the 7 Swordsman playthrough I did. But anyway, so I'm just... The Herb Gathering kind of messes with the turn order a little bit, so I'm just kind of seeing what we got. So it's going to hit Kamachi if I do this. Let's just bite the bullet. We'll do it this way. It's not going to matter. One way or the other, people are going to hit random hunt events. So, let's make sure I have my pick. Yep, okay, I got this up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to accidentally close it by accident, because that's what I always do. Alright, so, first things first, well, let's bring you to front. Yuka will go ahead and do Herb Gathering. We've gone over this before, so I'm just going to go open it in my book. Hands of Heat, Herb Gathering. So, same thing as before. We get to go... Oh, you can actually add +10 to this if you put it beyond the Overwhelming Darkness, but I honestly don't care about that. So we're just going to do 40-10 for everybody. So 40-10, 40-10, 40-10, 40-10. Okay, so the last one had doubles, so it doesn't count. The rest of them seem to be okay. So that's 49, 68. Gain 2 fresh Acanthus strange resources if the settlement has cooking. Gain 1 random vermin. And all survivors gain +3 survival. Everyone's maxed out at 6 right now, so we don't need to worry about that. But what we can do is get ourselves 2 fresh Acanthus, which is already halfway to the max we can get this run. And we'll just hand this off to 2 of the characters. Alright. And then next I'll go Kamachi. Let's put her to front. Oh, I didn't talk about our new recruits. We have 2 new recruits. I didn't actually drag out their pictures, so I'll do that now. So we have Toyo Satobimi, Nomiko, and then we have Mamazo. So I'll go ahead and drag them out twice, get them set up. There you go. All set. Alright. Okay, so hunt event. So I've shuffled this one more time. And then top card. Screaming Antelope. Stampede. A thunderous boom approaches. Survivors may hide. If they do, move the quarry 1 space back. Otherwise, all survivors gain +1 courage and the event revealer rolls 1d10. On a 1, everyone takes 2 event damage to each hit location. 2 to 7. You will get brain damage. And then 8 through 10, we automatically start the showdown. So we're definitely going to do this because I want the courage. So let's go ahead and do that first. Everyone gets +1 courage unless they're apathetic. But no one's apathetic in this group. So +1 courage, +1 courage. Almost to Seed of the Truth, which will be nice. Though I believe you get blinded when you get Seed of the Truth. Anyway, so roll 1d10. 9. The Survivor's Corner Warden of the Stampeding Antelope start this showdown immediately. So we didn't need to worry about the Overwhelming Darkness or any of that. We did miss out on Mineral Gathering, but that's fine. That means I don't accidentally break my pick. So that's a little anticlimactic, but I'm not going to complain. So there is a hunt event where literally the antelope goes back 3 spaces. So literally, if we had like avoided it, we could have pushed it back through 1, and then it could have gotten that and go all the way to there. That's why it's such a pain in the butt to deal with. I don't know if they've changed the rules for it, but originally, if the quarry ever goes off the hunt board, it's an automatic fail and you get starvation, which is terrible. Anyway, let's just dive right in. I'm just Survivor's Corner when the Stampeding Antelopes start the showdown immediately. So we got that going for us. So one thing we need to do is I'm going to get Diabolical? Yep, there it is. So we'll pull this out, just to kind of have it as a reference. So here's Diabolical. So real quick, level 2, it's going to have 10 basic AI cards, 5 advanced. So it's gone from 10 AI cards to 15, with 5 of them being advanced. Its movement goes up to 8. White Lion goes up to 7, by the way. And its toughness is 10, just like a White Lion, and speed and damage is +1 each. So essentially it gets an extra attack, and all of its attacks do additional 1 damage. Now this +1 damage only applies to physical damage. It doesn't apply to brain damage. Now, usually most of the AI cards that do brain damage usually specifically state how much damage it does based off of monster level to begin with. And as always, Screaming Antelope has Trample. Trample is now going to do 2 damage instead of 1 because it's a level 2. And then Diabolical is the other trait it gets at level 2. So the way it works, Diabolical, at the end of the monster's turn, target a random survivor in the trample zone. Full move toward the through the target, move the monster through and past the survivor. If there is no target, full move forward. So this is what makes it dangerous. At the end, specifically at the end of the monster's turn. So pretty much in most cases, this antelope is going to reach you and immediately start fighting you. And at that point, after it does its action, it's just going to hit you again, and it just does a ton of damage. So it's dangerous. Pretty much the only way to avoid this thing is, as you can see, there's a little arrow here that's a flow, and you can do surges, and you can do dashes. And so essentially the idea is you would dash out of the way. The White Lion at level 2 has a similar ability where it essentially extends its claws and grabs one person that's nearby and drags them away from everybody else. So essentially, in the case of fighting those level 2s of those versions of the monster, you pretty much need dash. You either need dash or you need to be fighting from like a distance. And even if you fight from a distance, it doesn't really work for the antelope because, like I said, what's going to happen is it's going to do its AI attack and then trample right through. So, yeah. It can be dangerous. So, Diabolical, we need to keep track of it. Monster Controller right now is going to be Kamachi. And we need to set up the all this. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Also, we need to get terrain cards, so let's do that right now. Oh, actually, before we do that, we need to drag out Canthus plants, 3 of them, because that's what it starts with. Alright, and then we shuffle. And then we draw out 2. 1 second. I might have made a mistake. It's a minor one, but it's a mistake. I should have grabbed a bug patch first as well. So that's a bug patch, so I need to draw another one. There we go. Alright, tall grass and debris. So the debris will be useful, as always. So we're going to have a bug patch, tall grass, and debris. So, just seeing what other options you got here. Scavenge. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, not too bad. And then, of course, we got the bug patch here. And when you activate... Okay, so we definitely want... we want Ringo to handle all of the location things. So debris has to be adjacent to the board edge, so we'll do that now. I've already set up the bug patch and the Canthus plants, so all I need to set up besides that is the tall grass. Only limitation for tall grass is it has to be has to be 4 spaces away from all of the tall grass. I'm not too concerned about the tall grass. Well, I'll take that back. I am concerned about the tall grass. So we want to do something like this. And then the other one, I'm going to set, I don't know, over here. Or we can set it, I believe that's legit. That is 4 spaces away. Alright, and remember when you're measuring, it's all orthogonal distances. So that's why it's 4 spaces diagonal like that, because it's technically 2 spaces for every diagonal. And that should be it. We don't have to worry about the Canthus plants, because they are hard-coded as is the bug patch. So what we want here is to do something like this. So the idea is we're going to grab the debris and make a beeline for the bug patch. Alright, we're still going to leave Komachi here. I think it's going to be Komachi. To be honest, it's probably better to do Yuka. Let's do Yuka. Like that. And then Doremi can just hang out. And that should be fine. 1, 2. Okay, I think that'll work. Alright, so that's our setup. We still need to do all this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Essentially, it's going to be all but 2 of them. I cannot believe we got the immediate attack, which is pretty crazy. I think there's one where you can fight a higher level. No, I think that's for White Lion. For White Lion, you can fight a higher level Antelope. So essentially, if you're hunting a level 2, you end up with like a level 3 Antelope, and then you just die. Because level 3 is no joke. So we'll just set up like this for now. Alright, everything else should be good to go. We do have rhythm chasers, so evasion, 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 and that is it. Okay, Yuka does have extra sense, so she's probably the best for tanking right now. Alright, monster goes first. So the diabolical does not trigger until the end of the monster's turn. So it's going to go first and draw the first AI card. Crush and Devour. Closest threat in field of view, in range. Move and Devour. If any attack roll hits, target gains Gobbled Up Survivor status card. Whew. Alright. So, closest threat in field of view, closest survivor in range. Range is... It is out of range right now. Closest threat in field of view, in range. Right now the range is 8. Because of 8 movement, this thing is 10 away from Yuka. So she is safe. So instead we're going to do graze. Because literally there's nothing in range. I'm just making sure, yeah, it specifically says in range. So we're good to go. So Gobbled Up, for those who don't remember what a Screaming Antelope looks like, it has a big giant mouth underneath it that has like arms coming out of it. And you can get devoured in that. There's some fancy things you can get from it if you don't, die inside there, where you can fight your way out of it. But yeah. So the monster full moves to the closest Acanthus plant and ends its turn. If the monster is on or adjacent to Acanthus plant, archive the turn and heal 1 wound. So it's going to go to the closest Acanthus plant, which will be this one, and eat it. Okay. Then Diabolical is going to trigger. I am actually full move through the target to move the monster through and past the survivor. So it specifically says full move, so I'm assuming that's based off its movement rate. So I actually don't really need to dodge because it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just before hitting her. So, all right, that is that. It's now. Oh, also I forgot. I actually forgot Acanthus plant. Remember, we have the we have the Screaming Bracers, which adds an Acanthus plant. We do have one more in the deck, so I need to add these real quick before I forget. I think the only requirement for Acanthus plants is it has to be away from all other Acanthus plants. Yes, so we can do something like, I don't know, this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that'll do it. Alright, now it's our turn. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and have Ringo search the debris. She does have the Screaming Bracers, so I get to roll an additional +2 on top of it. So that's going to be 1d10 plus 2. 4. Where is debris? Find useful remains. Gain 1 random basic resource archive of this terrain. I actually kind of wanted this result because I don't need extra swords. So, shuffle this one more time. And we got a skull. When you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains +1 insanity. I'm going to pick Ringo because she has 1 insanity. Alright, so it takes care of that. Debris is taken care of. We'll put this back in terrain. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and have her surge, which is a little wasteful, I admit. Well, let's see. One, two, three, four. Yeah, either way, it's going to do the same. All right, so I'm going to search the acanthus plant next. 3. Find nothing. All right, a little uneventful, but that's fine. So those are taken care of. I'm then going to go ahead and move her 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll take care of her. I could dash and all that, but I don't really need to right now. Okay, now it's us. I'm going to go ahead and have Kumachi's. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and have Kamachi Surge during Ringo's turn just to activate the Cat Eye Circlet. That way we can look at the top 3 cards and see what we got to play with. Restless Rump. So this one's going to make it run away. Shoulder jumps back, and then flank turns it. So we'll do this one on the bottom. All right, we'll do this setup like so. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and have Kamachi have her actual turn. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's going to go ahead and make her attack. So she has a Twilight Sword. I haven't seen this in a while. She's 2nd level proficiency, so the accuracy is 9 minus level, so that'll bring it down to 7. She's attacking from the blind spot, which brings it down to 6. She has +1 accuracy, so that brings it down to 5. And the only other thing to note is right now I am level 2 specialized, which gives me... It ignores the cumbersome, which is why I'm able to move and attack right now. It's still speed 1, so I only get 1 attack. So 1d10. Of course I missed. No surprise there. It is what it is. Alright, well, I've already surged, so I can't do anything else with that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and have Doremi go 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to fire an arrow. Yeah, that's fine. She'll fire an arrow from there. So, accuracy 6. Doremi has 1 accuracy, so that brings it down to 5. I don't think I have anything else to mess with. So, 1d10 hits on 5s. Also missed, so there goes the arrow, so no minus evasion for it. Yeah, that's it for that. So I'm going to go ahead and move Yuka around and make her attacks. She attacks twice. She hits on 2s. No, she hits on 3s. 5 base, 4 for accuracy, and that is it. She's not in the blind spot. So yeah, she hits on 4s. 2d10. 1 hit. Not the best start. Alright. Alright, so we'll roll 1d10. +3 for weapon, +2 for monster tooth necklace, plus 5 because of her insane strength right now. And I'm just checking to see if I have anything else that stands out. I don't. Okay, so 1d10 plus, it looks like +10, so I'm going to wound no matter what, unless I hit a 1. I wound, I don't get any crits, because it's 9 and 10. So that is our first wound. 14 more to go. Or 15 if you count the kill. So yeah, not the best start. I'm going to go ahead and search with Yuka. So we'll roll 1d10 to see if I keep the point. I do. So good on that front. I'll go ahead and do another 2d10. Oh, also, the monster turns to face the attacker. So we'll make note of that. It's going to turn and face me. Okay. Alright, 2d10. 2 hits. So the other 2 cards now. So I am specialized, so I get to roll first and then I can attack. Or sorry, I roll the wound check first and then I pick the location. So first. Okay, it's a miss. In that case, I'll apply it to the shoulder. That way it doesn't get away. And since I didn't wound it, I didn't trigger it. And then the other one is a wound. Alright, so I've done 2 wounds. Not the best start. Reflex, turn the monster face away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Cancel all hits now out of range. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like so. Alright. Monster controller is going to shift over. It's now going to be Doremi. And we get to do this again. Top card. Ravenous. Closest survivor, consumable gear in range. Alright, who has I think everyone has consumable gear. Everyone has this consumable gear. First, the closest one is Ringo. Yeah. So. Alright. So we'll do it this way. Boop, boop, boop. And boop. Alright. It's going to make 2 attacks, because it's speed 2 now. It's on 2s. Ringo has 2 evasion and a token, so that brings it up to 5. She has monster grease, which brings it up to 6. And she has 3 green connections, or 3 green affinities, so that brings it up to 7. So 2d10 hits on 7s. Both missed. Alright. It's now the end of the monster's turn, so it's going to do diabolical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spend a survival point to dash and go over here. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. That works. Alright, so that was her dash, and then this thing's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So that all happened. It is now our turn again. Whew. Alright. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and search the bug patch. So 1d10 plus 2 because of the bracers. 5. Random vermin resource. Cyclops fly. Archive this and roll 1d10. The fly's eye explodes, releases acids that melt your insides, you die. You can get nothing, and you can also get +1 permanent accuracy at 50% of the time. Bad part about it is it doesn't have any other traits to it, so you can't use it as like hide or anything like the crab ones, the crab bugs. But that takes care of bug patch, so we're good on that. So all we got left is acanthus plants. All right. So then she's going to move 1, 2, 3, and she's going to go ahead and search this acanthus plant. 7 gets +1 survival and then archive. So she gets her survival back, and these all get archived. All right. So eventually we'll get Ringo back into the fight. We still need to get wounds done with the other characters. So hopefully we can get that going. I'm going to start with Doremi. She's going to open with her bow. Doremi, do you have any plus speed? You do not. You have 1 accuracy. Her catgut bow is 7 accuracy, so it's going to go down to 6, and she gets to roll 2 attacks. And she can re-roll misses because of her bow, or because of specialization. Alright, that's 1 hit. And how's bow specialization work again? You may re-roll any misses once. So I'll go ahead and re-roll the misses. Alright, still a miss. Alright, top card. Restless back. If we were using club or shield, this would have higher luck, but we are not. All right. So bow is 3 strength. She is not using anything else. She has 3 strength from her stats, so 1d10 plus 6. So for once, I actually kind of have to roll a little higher. A crit is certainly higher. Your strike lands squarely on the monster's screaming spine, accompanied by a sickening crunch. Affect some AI cards. So crush spine. Top card goes away. That will also get her proficiency for this fight, so that's good. Other than that, she will just stay where she's at. Alright. Next, I'm going to go ahead and have Komachi go around and make her attack. Now she's still attacking the blind spot. 7 base, 6 because of accuracy, 5 because of blind spot. So 1d10. Misses, I'll surge. Hits. Not a trap, thank God. Alright, so I spent a surge, and now strength of Twilight Sword is 9, and then she has... I'm just seeing if there's anything else to mess with. I could be doing pounces if I was smarter, and that would give me more accuracy, but I'm not that worried about it. And then she has 4 strength, so it's going to be 1d10 plus 13, so... Wonders of the Twilight Sword. Alright, that is a wound to this location. I'll get her 1 proficiency to her Twilight Sword proficiency. So, we're good on that front. All that's left is Yuka. So, we'll go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 attacks, this time hitting on 3s because of blind spot. 2 hits. Ferocious Spasm, and the Shank. Alright. One at a time, target each survivor in zone of death and perform basic action. Okay, that's not the worst situation. And then, of course, there's the Shank, which is going to do some nasty stuff when we wound it. So first things first, we get to roll to wound. 3, 2, and... What is your thing now? 5? Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, so roll first, and then we'll decide location. 17, that is a wound. I'm going to go ahead and do the spasm first. This actually works out really well because it's going to turn it around. So it's going to, 1 at a time, each survivor in zone of death gets and perform basic action. So that's going to be both Komachi and Yuka. So we'll start with Komachi. She can still dodge because she's not the one attacking. And then for basic action, it is just speed 3, damage 2. So, speed 3. Make sure I did that right earlier. Yes, I did. Okay. So, base accuracy is 2. Komachi has 1 evasion and a token, so that brings it up to 4. And that's it. So, 3d10 hits on 4s. Only 1 hit, she'll let's see what the location is. It's going to be 2 damage to the head, she'll dodge it. Alright, and then for Yuka, Yuka is the one that is attacking, so she will not be able to dodge anything. 3d10, Yuka has 1 evasion, and then she gets an additional evasion from her rawhide vest, so that brings it up to 4 in total. So 3d10 hits on 4s. Only 1 hit. And 2 damage to the legs. The base is 1, but Screaming Antelope level 2 gets a +1 damage. So that puts it at that. And then we can go ahead and flip this back over because it's done. It's been resolved. Now we get to do the other location, which is going to be the Restless Shank. Alright, and let's see if we can wound it. That is a wound. Its toughness is only 10. Also, did I actually take care of the wound? Let me think. We did 2 initially, then we hit with the bow. Okay, we did not do the wound for the spasm, because we did 2 the first round with Yuka. Then we just did 2 damage using one from the bow, 1 from the Twilight Sword, and then we just got a wound. So there should be 5 wounds, and now we got our 6th wound from this. So there we go. Now we're caught up. Nothing's in the blind spot, so we don't need to worry about this reaction. And that is that. Alright. Don't think we have anything left. Oh, I could search. Yeah, let's go ahead and search. So 1d10. I do not keep the point. So we're down to 5 survival, and 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Both missed. Probably for the best. Alright, goes to Monster's turn. Monster Controller is now going to be Yuka. Alright, top card. Slam. Closest knockdown survivor. Otherwise, it's furthest threat in field of view in range. Okay, furthest threat in range. It's probably Ringo. Yep, it is Ringo. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and let's make sure we do this in the right order. So yeah, there's a flow. It's kind of hard to see with this resolution, but there's a flow between pick target and move and attack target. During that, we can go ahead and use a survival to do a dash. I'll roll to see if I keep the point with Yuka. I do. Alright, Komachi's going to go hang out with some plants. Like so. And Yuka is going to one, two, three, four, 5, like so. Alright. And then this thing's going to go boopity boop 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 and turn to the side. Technically it would be better to do it this way, but usually you're supposed to pick the worst for the players. So we'll be doing that. Slam, it's going to be 2 speed because of the +1 from being level 2, and it's going to hit on, let's see, accuracy 2, has 2 evasion, token, brings up to 5. Yeah, it's going to be 7s. She is an evasion monster. That's amazing. If she was in tall grass, she would literally never be hit. So she did get hit by the slam, and slam does 1. It's going to be doing 2 damage to the body. Ringo will go ahead and take it. So you take a little bit of damage there. Next, Ringo will go ahead and dash, because she's going to have to get out of the way of the diabolical. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do something like this. And then this thing's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for right now, we're kind of out of range in most cases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty much out of range. And the bow, yeah, definitely out of range. Okay, so with all that said and done, it's our turn. How's Doremi doing? You are doing just fine. So I'll move you up to there. And that'll be it. I'm going to go ahead and take it, since I have nothing better to do with Komachi, I'm going to go ahead and spend her action looking at the top 3 hit locations. First strike, you must declare it on this one. If they're insane, blah, 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 blah. So first strike, unfortunately, overwrites a lot of things. So that's something to be aware of. We'll put this on the bottom. Yeah, we'll do it this order. Okay. And then for her movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do that. Alright, for Yuka, I'm just going to go ahead and move up to here and search an acanthus plant. So 1d10. 8, I believe, gets me a fresh acanthus. It does. Yeah, these things are a bit blurry. Okay, it just heals. I was seeing if it actually restored survival. It doesn't. Alright, and then I'll take care of that. And then Ringo here will go ahead and go up to here and search an acanthus plant as well. And she gets +2 because she has the bracers. 7 is +1 survival. So I'll bring her up back up to 4. Alright, that works out well. Okay, it's going to be Monster's turn. Monster Controller is going to shift. To Ringo here. Alright, so Monster's a bit out of range here. Bite, closest survivor in field of view. Move and attack. So this one, it doesn't have to be in range, so it's going to activate one way or the other. So closest survivor is Yuka, and it is actually just barely in range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, it's going to make it's a bite. So 2 attacks, hits on 4s. Both hit. 2d6. Head and legs. So she's going to take 2 to... Oh, actually, I have extra sense, so I'm going to dodge both. So I'm going to roll 2d10 to see if I keep the points. I lose both. So Yuko will lose 2 points. And then she's going to dash, because she needs to. She keeps that point, though. And she's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Alright. And then Diabolical is going to trigger. Oh, actually. Yeah, Doremi will have to dash as well. So I'll spend a point for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll take care of her. Alright. Because, yeah, it's based on anyone that's in essentially a lateral line of this. So I had to get Doremi out of there. Because now I can actually... if it doesn't have any targets, it dashes in the direction it's facing. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so. Alright. It is now our turns. And it went after Yuka, so Monster Controller didn't trigger anything. Okay. So, we do need to get Ringo some stuff. Ringo is not insane, I don't think. She is not. Alright, so this is what we'll do. Here's your range for your bow? You're at 7 squares. Can you extend that range? No. You can increase your accuracy, but you can't increase the range. So you're kind of stuck. Alright. Well, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and have Yuko go first. And make 2 attacks, hits on 3s. 2 hits. Alright. Alright, so we roll first. 1d10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. That's a fail. I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the restless inner thigh so I don't get knocked back. Also, the main reason why I dodged that attack that does bleed is because if it did, it would have triggered hemophobia, which would have triggered which would have ruined Rhythm Chaser. Oh, speaking of Rhythm Chaser, Komachi can't do it. She's wearing heavy. I forgot. I don't think she got hit by anything, but I'll check real quick. Be right back. Okay, I looked it over. Komachi should have been hit on 3s, and so she should have taken an additional hit. So I'm going to roll 1d6. This was back when the basic actions were happening. That was when she got attacked. So she should have taken 2 additional damage to the body. The other one was to the head, which was what she dodged. So yeah, Rhythm Chaser is not active on Komachi because she is wearing the White Lion set, which is heavy. So that was my bad. I apologize. Also, she's using a 2-handed weapon as well, which is also another thing that prevents it. So I don't know why I gave her Rhythm Chaser, because it was not smart. But whatever. Mistakes happen. I have plenty of endeavors. So, alright, so I reset that real quick. Where were we? That's right, we were attacking locations. And we just failed the thigh. So let's go ahead and try to wound the other location. Alright, that is a wound to that location. 1 second. There we go. So when I'm alt-tabbing, it's counting the recording software as a window. So it's constant, which is right now all the window is doing is looking at my screen. So it's just not very helpful. Anyway, I did wound location. Doesn't trigger this. We're good on that front. And that is it for her. I'm going to go ahead and use Komachi. She's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to go ahead and look, actually 5, and look at the top 3 hit locations again. I already know what one of them is, but I want to see what the others are. Okay, so... Okay, not a big deal. Alright. So we'll go for... We'll put throat. Let's see. We'll do it this way. So that'll be on the bottom. And we'll go in this order. Why not? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and have Rinko go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Rinko is using a Screaming Mace. Or sorry, not Screaming Mace, a Skullcap Hammer. Which has some special abilities. So it's 2 speed. Rinko is no adjustments. She does have 1 accuracy. Skullcap Hammer is 7 accuracy, so it goes down to 6 because of the accuracy bonus. And then she's attacking from the blind spot, so it's going to be on 5s. So 2d10. 1 hit. Alright, this is the throat. I get +2 luck, so now my crit on 8s. I don't think she has any other luck. She doesn't. Alright. It wasn't a perfect hit, so 3 strength. No other adjustments from that. 4 strength, so I do 7 strength in total. So 1d10 plus 7. That is a crit. Roll 1d10. Okay. So if I had rolled a 10, it would have snapped that thing's neck and killed it instantly. Gain 1 Screaming Antelope resource. I'll go ahead and shuffle this one more time and then draw. Shankbone. Alright, and she got her proficiency, so that's good. Alright, next she's going to go ahead and Surge. And make 2 more attacks. Same thing, hits on 5s. 1 hit. This will be this card. If the attacker is insane, cancel hits and end the attack. Otherwise, the attacker takes 1 brain damage. Ringo will take 1 brain damage. And then she's going to roll 1d10 plus 7. That is a wound, and that is it. Alright, getting there. It's got down to 6 AI cards left. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and have Yuka Surge. I'll roll to see if I keep the point. She doesn't. She's actually running out of survival. Good for her. 2d10s hits on 3s. Hits on both of them. This is risky. Okay. -2 toughness. And then Restless here. So I get to roll first and then set the location. So let's do that first. 1d10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. That is a fail. I'm going to apply it to the ear because I don't care about the dazed. And we'll go for the giant tongue next. Also failed. Oh, wow. Alright. Gave that 1%. Alright, so that is it. That is done. So it's going to be new round. Monster Controller is going to be back to Komachi. So we've kind of done a full round now. Alright, top card. Run down. Full move in the direction the monster is facing and turn to face closest survivor. Done. And then it's going to turn around. Okay, next. Oh, actually, It doesn't do any of that. Should have probably read the entire card first. Crushed Spine. At the bottom there, if the monster cries out in pain, is knocked down. We do have Crushed Spine active, so it's just going to cry out in pain and be knocked down. Which also means it's not going to do Diabolical, because it can't move. So, should be good on that front. Pretty sure it doesn't trigger traits. I'll check. I mean, it makes sense for it to not be able to do freaking Diabolical because it's been knocked over, but 1 second. Okay, I actually found it in the rules, page 73. Unless otherwise stated on the AI card, any moods or traits currently in play will affect survivors even if the monster is knocked down. A bit weird in some cases. I mean, I guess because that means, I guess, Cunning would trigger, which would be kind of weird. Let's see. I'm just going to take a quick look at Cunning. Yeah, so supposedly knocking it over doesn't really do anything. I mean, I guess it still remains knocked down, at least. So there's that. Alright, so in that case, it's going to somehow turn and do this while knocked over. So on its belly, I guess. Actually, it will still face this way. Because what I'm going to go ahead and do is do the usual. Yuka will dash, doesn't keep the point, she'll just step to the side, and Ringo will also step to the side. So she's down to 2, Yuka's down to 1, and that is it. I mean, everything else still triggered as normal, just run down, crush spine, all that good stuff. So that was Diabolical. It still has to move forward, there it goes. Alright, now it's our turns again. So, whew. So first things first, I'll go ahead and just move up a little bit. Yeah, I'll just move up and take a look at the top 3 cards. We're running out of cards, which is not good. Alright, so trap card is right here, Wailing Slide. So we'll set that there. And go from there. Luckily, no one has anything higher than speed 2, so we can go with that at least. I'll go with Yuka first. Make her 2 attacks. It's on 3s, I believe. Was it 5, 4, 3? Yeah, it's on 3s. So 2d10. 1 hit. Top card. Restless Hoof. Alright, well. Let's roll this and see what I get. Alright, it is a wound. So, top card. So we now know exactly what it has left, which includes Crush and Devour, which is not great. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, she doesn't have much survival left either. I'm going to go ahead and just move Doremi to here and search the Acanthus plant. She gains 1 survival. Oh yeah, no matter what, she was. We hit on 3's period because the creature's knocked down to begin with. So good to know. All right. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and surge with Kamachi. Actually, I'm trying to remember exactly what the trip card does. I think it just moves away. So I'm going to go ahead and surge with Yuka and see what happens. Hopefully I don't get devoured. So 1d10, see if I keep the point. I do. I'm going to go ahead and roll 2d10. Hits on 3s because of knockdown. Only 1 hit. So top card. Alright. 1d10 plus all that. That is a crit to the palate. Gains a -1 speed token, archive the card. The Screaming Antelope chokes on the blood spilling from its undermouth. Alright, so we'll go ahead and shuffle this. Do that. And that is it for all that. Okay, so next I'll go ahead and have Kamachi Surge. take a look at top 3 cards. I know one of them's the trap card. It's that one. Attacker's Doom, adjacent to the monster, suffer 2 brain damage per monster level, knockback 5. Yeah, that's going to demolish Ringo if I let that happen. This is going to do 4 damage because it's level 2. Alright, so we'll just set it up like this. Like so. Ringo will just stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's just going to grab the Acanthus plant here. 1d10 plus 2. 7 is, again, gain plus 1 survival, so Ringo is up to 3 survival again. Go from there. Alright, Monster Controller is going to shift over to Doremi. And, gonna get up. Draw a card. Slam, closest knockdown survivor, furthest threat in field of view. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have Yuka search. I can do that during a flow, so I'm going to just do it right there. So 1d10, does she keep the point? She doesn't. She's down to 0 survival, so hopefully she doesn't die. And then she's going to go ahead and make 2 attacks. She'll still hit on 3s, because of all of the usual bonuses. 2 hits, 1 and 2. Then she's going to roll this first. Misses, of course. Doesn't really matter. Oh, also, I need to make note of the -1 speed. So I think that's speed. I'll put that there. We'll just pick that one. And then for the other location is a wound. That is it for that. So what's going to happen here is it's going to go after furthest target. I'm going to go ahead and surge, or sorry, I'm going to go ahead and furthest target is Ringo. It'll be something like, I could do that first, but I'm just going to do this. Bam. 1, 2, 3. Technically, I can't do this during movement. I'm just kind of working this out as I go, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll get her out of the way. And then Doremi needs to get out of the way. Do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And then the last movement will be here. Yuka, it did get trampled. So 1d10. Or sorry, 1d6, takes 2 damage to the body. And then she's going to get knocked down. Alright. So, this is a slam. We do have -1 speed because of this. So, it's back down to just having 1 attack. Hits on 7s because Ringo is amazing. Misses. Let's just make sure I did that right. So, in this, there's 2 evasion, then there's 4 evasion, 5 evasion, and it's base 2, so it hits on 7s. So yeah, it misses. Then next, I'm going to go ahead and have Ringo dash to avoid the doom that's coming her way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. Alright. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and have Doremi fire her bow. Because we already know the top card is trapped. So, go ahead and get that out of the way. So, slash 2d10. That's a hit. That's all I need. Trap card. Attacker's Doom. All survivors adjacent suffer a lot of nonsense. Turn directly away from the attacker and full move. So, directly away. Full move. Done. Alright. So now I can do this, shuffle, 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 and then I'm going to go ahead and move. Yuka can stay right there, that's fine. Komachi will look at the top 3 cards. Alright, inverted knee. Alright. We'll put inverted knee on top. Why not? Because Yuka's not really in any condition to keep fighting at this point, so it is what it is. Machi will sit there. 1, 2, 3. And we'll make our 2 attacks, hitting on 5s. 1 hit. This will have +2 luck. 1d10, 3 base. Ringo has 4 strength, so it's going to be 1d10 plus 7. That is a crit because I have +2 luck for this location, so it's going to be a crit to the knee. So now it has a crushed knee. Top card goes away. Next, I'm going to go ahead and have Ringo Surge. Keep up the pressure. 2d10. Perfect hits. Also, I have not been keeping track of our perfect hits. So on a perfect hit, it gets a -1 speed token until end of turn. It can only be dazed once per round. With the -1 speed, it's not that big a deal, but that's something to be aware of. So you know what? We'll mark it as a pink dot. Alright. Top location. It's just going to be this. Nothing too special. I only crit on 10s. So close. Top card goes away. So the only card that's left is Slam, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world. And that is it. So that means Slam's going to go first. Closest knockdown survivor is actually Yuka. It doesn't say in range. It just goes after closest knockdown survivor. So Ringo's going to go ahead and dash. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. This thing's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Out of range. Only moves 8, right? Only moves 8. Okay, and then it's going to go diabolical, keep going in the straight line, all the way to here. But I need to roll for the crushed knee, so I'm going to go ahead and roll 1d10 for the first movement. You're good. And then on the second one, I guess, it's fine. Alright. Daze wears off. Yuka gets back up. Ringo will go ahead and take a look at the top card, the Canthus plant. Gets a survival point back, and that is it for the Canthus plants. So +1 survival, good for you. Alright. So we're good on that. I have not been using the tall grass, but it's not really been that big of an issue to begin with. I'll go ahead and move Yuka in position. 1, 2, 3. Yuka has no survival left, so she's just going to take what... Well, actually, before I do any of that, let's... I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the top 3 cards. Trap card there, so we'll put that on the bottom. Alright, so Gnarled Horns will probably be first, not that it matters. Alright, she'll go 1, 2, 3. 2 attacks hitting on 3s. A perfect hit and a regular hit. Okay, so top 2 cards. Alright, so just checking a few things. So I have sharpened, so all my attacks now have +4 strength, so essentially it's going to be 1d10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4. I'll roll the wound first. There's 16 right there with a 2. I pick a location first. I'm going to pick Gnarled Horns. Alright, top card goes away. And then the last one. Of course. All I needed was a wound. Alright. I can't search, so that's not going to help me, and good times. Great. I'm going to get trampled a bunch. Unless I can do something to stop this. Uh, do, 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 do. Kamachi has no survival points left either. Alright, so this is what we'll do. I can go ahead and move. I can force the trap card to trigger, which still won't help us. What's the basic action? Closest knockdown survivor in range, no target, graze. And in the case of graze, it's literally just going to do a full move forward in a straight line. Oh, then in that case, we're good. Sort of. Alright, so what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and dash with Doremi. Because I haven't done anything with her yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only need to be 6 away. So we'll put her right there. Alright, and then for her actual action, I'll roll 2 attacks. Both hit. It's going to hit the trap card. So first things first, it's going to knock back the adjacent survivors. So it's going to be her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knockback and is knocked down again. No surprise. And then she's going to take 4 brain damage, which she had exactly enough. And then this thing's going to full move away from the attacker, which is Doremi. Doesn't go anywhere. And it's going to do this. And then I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. It's going to do nothing because no... Oh, actually, closest knockdown survivor in range is actually Yuka at this point. So it's just going to go wee this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But first I need to roll 1d10 to see if it falls over. Doesn't. Alright, then it has +1 speed and -1 speed, so it's just going to be its base attack of 2 speed. And then accuracy is 2+. So 2d10. Yuka has +1 evasion and +1 evasion from her raw hide, so both attacks miss. So good news there. Bad news is it's going to do diabolical next, and it's going to trample. So the way this works... Also, Monster Controller was actually... because I didn't move it, it was actually going to be Yuka, so Yuka will get her 1 insanity back. Anyway, target a random survivor in the trample zone. 1, 2, 3, so I'll go Doremi, Ringo, and Yuka as the order, and I'll roll 1d3 and see what I get. So Doremi, Ringo, and Yuka. Doremi. So Doremi... It's going to target her. And then actually, I think how the diabolical is supposed to work is you're supposed to dash before you actually make the target, because I think it doesn't go in a straight line at that point. It just full moves towards the target. In any case, I won't worry about dashing, and it's just going to go blup and do 2 damage to the waist. And then it's going to knock her over, which is going to break Rhythm Chaser. And then Yuka will get up, and it's now our turn. Shuffle that one more time. Kamachi will look at the top card. Or top 3 cards, rather. 1, 2, 3. Alright, cool. Not a trap card this time. We'll do this order. All I need is 1 wound, and then we can end it. So I apologize if I messed up Diabolical. I don't fight level 2s that often. 2 hits. 1d10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. Failed. I'll apply it to... It's 2 hits, right? 2 hits. I'll apply it to the... Turn the monster to face away the attacker and full move away. Yeah, I'll do the rump first because it's already facing away and can't move any further. And then I'll do the furry tail next. There we go, wound, it's done. Alright, phew. Imagine this, how long this video would have been if I had to go through all the hunt events. Alright. So we did it. So, didn't get many things out of it. We got one resource off of it from crits, and then we got, of course, the skull and the fly from searching stuff. So, not the best. I think we got one acanthus plant as well to add to the 2 we already had. And, yeah, a bit rough. So, the way this works is I believe everyone gets 2 experience instead of 1. That was one of the changes they made for 1.5, which is you get more experience from doing them. So, it's kind of a way to get people caught up a little bit faster. Though, of course, surviving a level 2 encounter with low-level characters is a challenge in itself. Alright, so showdowns. Okay, so yeah, 200 experience and then a weapon proficiency. So, boom, 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 boom. Twilight Sword has its own specialization list, so 3 actually doesn't do anything. Ringo is going to level up. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll for age for Ringo. 7, which I'm pretty sure is just a fighting art. Random fighting art. Alright, so shuffle that. Leader. Alright, well that's convenient. So everyone wants to be a leader now. So, leader, we can put away the token. Alright. So that takes care of that, and then we get to do loot. So 6 basic cards this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll go ahead and put away the terrain because we don't need it. And then 7 Screaming Antelopes resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there we go. That has everything. So 16 resources. Better than nothing. I mean, that's usually what we get for like a really good haul on like White Lion level 1. You know, you can get the Lion Cub and all that. So we're looking at... we did get a Tooth, which gives +1 insanity. I will pick somebody, I believe. Yes, Survivor of our choice. Also, no one has 20 or more insanity, so no one instant dies, so that's good. Go ahead and give Ringo the insanity. Got some bones, some shank bones, Then we got a bunch of organs. No bladder, that kind of sucks. And a couple of pelts and a skull. Oh, and we got the spiral horn, which we can use to craft the helmet for the screaming set. So we can get that up and running. So, not the worst. 5 pelts. The bones are what are going to hold this over. Because, like I said, my goal is to try to get the blacksmith up and running. So, we'll get that going. Let's see, Ringo got leader. Yeah, I think that's everything. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. I am the Depressed Eeyore. This was Kingdom Death Monster. So I apologize if I messed up Diabolical. Essentially, the way it should have probably been is at the end of the monster's action, I should have done the dashing. So it's just a thing you got to keep in mind, because the target is decided before the flow. So it's a little weird. Anyway. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So, see you guys next time.